Yes, graduates, welcome to Hard Talk Podcast with HTK. Fasten your seatbelts. Hey, users and subscribers, welcome. I am just sending you a little bit of a personal update. I got a message today from a follower over on Facebook, and they were asking me, Kay, why are you not commenting on the Alicia Kim and Boo situation? I want to tell you something. There are some topics I completely avoid. I have observed how the whole Alicia Kim and Boo situation has resulted in a lot of division in the YouTube community. I've seen people who were once friends turn into enemy. And when I say friends, I don't mean friends in a real life, but colleagues. Yes, alliance. Suddenly there's a whole split. Who I tell who about them mother, who I cuss who. HK wants no part of it. I'm not in the business of creating unnecessary enemies. Sorry, that's the automatic air freshener. I'm not in the business of creating unnecessary enemies. I think life is too short for that. Right now, I'm there so tired. I sit down in my sofa, my spread out. I'm just done eat my oxtail. I'm there so I watch TV. I'm onto this new series now. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it. It's called, Lord Jesus, may I forget the name, Manifest. It's not really a new series because it's got 4 seasons. Yeah, so in my downtime, I am watching Manifest, right? I am at a busy period in my work life, my career right now. This period for me is always the busiest, leading up to exams, right? So, me busy. So please, I don't plan to ever come and talk about Boo and Alicia Kim. No, because them are not characters that interest me. I am not going to be out here choosing no side, because it come like say, if you talk about it, you have to choose one side, my loves. I can't bother that. You understand? Because I would choose a side until the side is no longer doing the right thing and then I switch. So it now makes sense. And I am not into taking up a perspective where other people are gonna get so up in them feelings that they resent your feet. And, you know, those things to me are negative energy and just a part of the devil's playground that I am not going to play in. You understand? I'd rather keep my peace of mind. I'd rather just relax and not be concerned about things like that. But there are content that I will speak on, and it's content to do with children. Okay. Now, I want you guys to listen to this particular clip, and it has to do with Jaden Smith. Jayden, as you know, still remains missing. And thank you so much to those of you who appreciated that video that I did. It's an AI generated video, and it is kind of like a part of my second channel on Facebook, which is Twisted Tales with Kay. So if you have not followed it yet, please go over to Facebook and follow it. I started off doing these little AI stories. Yeah, they're interesting to me, but I think I might just go off into specializing in little shorts when it comes to particular diaspora characters that will make you think and reflect. It's less time consuming, but it's something that I'm particularly good at. I write the script. I don't allow AI to write the script for that. And then I do the animation. So thank you so much for the appreciation. Me, I see it over on TikTok, my love. They've uploaded before me, but couldn't bother. I'm just like, look at these people posting my content. But that doesn't matter. What's important is the message, and the message that has gone out. So yes, I'm going to share with you a clip now about Jaden Smith. And what I found particularly interesting about this was that somebody had taken the initiative of walking the path of where Jayden would have been last seen. They put up a video, well, not a video. They did a live where they were walking through the streets from Little Caesars to Mega Mart and they were identifying all the cameras in the area. You know, when the police look at us and tell us that they have exhausted all leads and they've hit a wall with the Jaden Smith case, I really shake my head, because I cannot imagine that out of that entire shopping area, not one of these cameras picked up anything to do with Jayden. And there's a gut feeling in me that tells me that the police has not approached all of these business places for the camera footage. And that perhaps their delay when it comes to dealing with the case means that by the time they got through to those businesses, those footage were erased, or they'd been, removed from their cloud, and so on and so forth. Because most businesses will keep footage that's in their interest. If there has been no break-in, if there's been no issue with their property, then there's no reason for them to hold on to the footage itself. So it makes me think that because they were tardy in handling the case, a lot of things were missed. But it is obscene to me how many potential cameras were there. Now, in the same live, a character by the name of Surprise, he carried on talking about the fact that all of these cameras were connected to a central feed and none of the cameras were working. I've never heard of that in Jamaica, where all cameras are connected to one feed. I do believe that there are individuals who have got their own Wi-Fi booster. And therefore, their cameras would be operating independently of each other. It seems a bit ridiculous that all cameras would be connected. But I don't know. People, me no live in Jamaica, and maybe things in Jamaica so it go. But he was quick to defend, to say that only one particular camera was working, and that's the one that's facing the main road, where Jayden would have exited out onto the main road at Mega Mart and either go up or down the road. But remember, they said he went up Perth Road. So anyway, I still think it was worth showing this video, because when it comes to the police claiming that they have exhausted all leads, that is, in civilian terms, the police telling you that it's now a cold case. That's them telling you that there's nothing else to uncover, and that they have basically hung up their jackets on the pegs and called it a day. So no matter how much you are thinking that this whole case with Jayden is still, being pushed, the police are doing nothing now. I also overheard a live today. Unfortunately, I was at work, on my way to work, and I did not have time to record it or anything. But there was a whole discussion on North Coast page on TikTok, where they were basically saying that the mother has been scammed of money that was collected. Don't ask me if this is the truth. This is an allegation as far as I know. But North Coast is quite passionate about this. And he is one of the TikTokers who have been on the ground with the whole situation. He noted that the mother's phone to date does not work. That she has a phone with no connection. So she can't even communicate. But I'm sorry. In this day and flipping age, mother, you should not be depending on anybody to get you online. It shouldn't be a case of you need money from people to do that. You must can hustle and put on a credit on your phone or buy a little banger. And it's like say, and I don't mean to be harsh, the critical, but it coming like say the mother just lay down there and wait for help. She just there wait for help. She not use her own initiative to get her voice out there so that she can continue the fight. It's like if other people now hold her hand and fight for her, she is not going to get up and fight. That is what I'm saying. Because in this day and age, you should not be blaming other people for not having connectivity when it comes to a mobile phone, a cell phone. Same thing. You should be proactive enough to go and get yourself sorted without having to rely on funding from the public in order to get yourself online. So even if money was collected and something went wrong with that, I don't know. This is what was being claimed. This is still about your own responsibility as a grown-ass adult. Because may I tell you straight, say, as a mother, I would be out there in the street I go on bad. Day after day trying to find my son, and if not, calling down authority to make sure, say, them give me some answers. Me not gonna just lay down and take it like that. My picnic can't just gone missing off of the face of the earth, and you don't hear my voice. And you don't find a way. Look how I posted that lady who was blinded by acid. And she have her little baby I look after. And she can barely manage independently. But yet, she find phone and she find a way to go online to talk. Despite her physical disabilities, because she need the help and she want the help for she and her child. So I understand this mother and her reliance on other people to get her online so that she can start to keep the fire going. And I'm coming down on you, but I'm coming down on you in a good way, because I think that this movement needs your voice as the mother of Jaden Smith, and your voice is too absent. You can't have a myriad of people speaking on your behalf anymore. It's got to stop. You understand? It can't be a case of somebody have to go find you for you to talk. You need to be seeking out the people. And anyway, like I said, the police, to me, you almost owe the public a more extensive explanation of the things that you have done where this case is concerned and why it is that it has gone no further. What leads have you followed that have led to nothing? You keep saying that you've questioned and you've interviewed and it's led to nothing. Did you question Shanique? Did you question Tammy, Kamisha, all of these characters? And it led to nothing? Because something is telling me that this girl that is in America to date has not been questioned properly because she was allowed to leave the country. You understand? And I bet the police cannot confirm that even the cousin from America was brought back to Jamaica for questioning. Or at least even questioned via Zoom, something. That's something that was so crucial and so essential to the case. Because everything centered around her child. I bet the police cannot say that they did that. We all know, Jayden is so important to Uno because Jayden is a poor child. Jayden is not the child of somebody who is a who's who in Jamaica. So we know that no matter how much you guys are talking and claiming that you've done everything, that is just talk for can't bother. Can't be asked. You understand? And this is not necessarily the policeman on the beat. This is the top down. The ones who will be shaking hands with the principal. Anyway, take a look at this video, right? If you've made it this far, please do not forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, click that bell if you're new to my channel. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out. Bye.
So, let me ask you, we get a background of Jayden. Is Jayden a kind of child that have ever, like, just gone away, wandered off for some hours and not see him back?
No.
Alright. In terms of Jayden coming home in the evening, right? School dismisses at what, 3?
Right. So, you see, this is what my tell you. These people are a bunch of pricks. And I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Morning, Jitel. I don't get it. The kid never wander half. He doesn't do anything strange. So, how did you come to the conclusion that he runs away? Like how? Explain to me, how did you get to the conclusion that he runs away? DJ Cool, look at yourself. I just like my mind shuffling. My mind just shuffling. He's not a slight child. right? And you're using all these big words like you take us for idiot because you said one at a time, and you guys will hear it further on up in the thing where he says, oh, and then that's what I was wondering of the abnormal behavior. You know what is abnormal? Big words, guys, big words. You know what is abnormal? Abnormal meaning you have a car where you get up every day and start and drive down the road, and one man it can't start abnormal, meaning it not start and it not go down the road. So, me no understand. Uno say one thing and uno expect for me other thing. It's 7 years. Uno can't give a story. 7 years. So all of these things, yes, things can just happen out of the blues. Right? But you're telling me in 7 years, this child, he come home from his primary school on time, is never give no concern when he was going to the primary school. He's never given any concern that he will run away. He never give any concern that nobody, because I feel like if somebody's gonna like give you something to lower you in, that would have more happen when you're younger. When you know, because the older you get, the little more wiser you get. So you're telling me right through his primary school, nobody decided to give him any chocolate and box food then, but when he gets older and start to go to a high school, you decide to say you're gonna come and give this little boy no chocolate and box food for lower him, for take him away. These people are a bunch of pricks.
Right? School this is at what, 3?
Around that time, right?
Alright. And how far is his from?
Let me tell you something. You see a little girl then call him Tommy. Not Tommy, Kamisha. You see the girl named Kamisha? The girl there for hold her and flick her lip them so. Flick her upon her lip. In the first part of the interview, when they ask her what time the school over, she said she don't know. She said she do not know. And listen, further down in the interview, around that time. So if you're telling us that you don't know, and then I said to you now, say, is it 3? And you're going to say about that time. Is either you don't know, is about that time. Why when me ask you how time is school over the first time, you never says about 3? These people are some bunch of, listen, these people are, they get
Mandible, right? School this is at what, 3?
Around that time, right?
Alright.
Right. And if I was to go back to the first part of the interview, she said she don't know. So if you feel like it over about around that time, why you never said it the first time rather than say you don't know? What I feel they're doing, and if they get me to investigate and question them, trust me, they would have serious problem about it. Serious problem. You understand?
How far is his home from Mandible?
Probably about a 30 to 45 minutes drive, or maybe less.
Which okay. So normally when time in dismiss from school, like what time you normally reach home?
He normally reach, my auntie said normally reach up like after 4, he would reach up early.
So when did it become alarming, a call for concern?
So when my cousin got to Jamaica to relieve my aunt from the hospital, because when she landed in Montego Bay, she landed after 2 in Montego Bay. From Montego Bay to Mandeville is like a 3 hours drive. She went straight to Mandeville so she could relieve my auntie so she could go home from the hospital. That was Friday night. So she got to the hospital around after 7 p.m. When my aunt went home, that's when she realized that Jayden is not home. That's when the discovery was made that Jayden did not reach home from school.
So where was Demar?
And Demar was at the hospital.
So where was the uncle?
The uncle went to work in the morning. After he dropped off Jayden to school, he went to work and then
does Jayden have a key?
Yes, Jayden have a key. Yes.
So, Kimmy, did you know that there's a nurse from the hospital who didn't want to appear on the live, said that the family was acting so vice versa?
I'm aware of that, but you see, on social media, a lot of people come and say
I was on the live nurse
and stuff like that. A lot of people comment because I've seen people even comment that the incident happened on a Wednesday and they're sure, and people say they're sure and they're burying in the backyard. So a lot of people come with a lot of stuff.
No, I'm not saying
not true.
the nurse. For real, Sammy. But Cammy, listen to me now. One question I ever asked.
When did you report the matter to the police? When was he reported to the
The
police?
same night when they realized he didn't come home because that's not Jayden.
The same night around what time?
I'm not sure what time, but once when she went home and she realized Jayden was not home, she went back in the town and they drive around searching and then they reported the incident to the police.
So what time the uncle reached home?
One person saw Jayden and asked Jayden. You know, if we're not aware of country people, everybody know everybody. Somebody
Alright,
saw
so
Jayden
come here,
and
look a bit.
Jayden.
Come here, look a bit.
We had out here so late and he said he was
Come here, look a bit.
cadet training. When my aunt called the school,
Come here.
cadet did not keep that day because it was raining. Another
Go see the microphone first.
Come home late on the evening when you go cadet training.
Come here, let me show you something. Come here, let me show you something. You know what's this could have passed. Come here. Alright. Listen to this again. Hold on, let me go back.
he would have reached home late. You know, if night when they realized he didn't come up.
For real, Sammy. But Cammy, listen to me now. One question I ever asked.
When did you report the matter to the police? When was he reported to the
The
police?
same night when they realized he didn't come home because that's not Jayden.
The same night around what time?
I'm not sure what time, but once when she went home and she realized Jayden was not home, she went back in the town at 6.
Where was the uncle?
The uncle went to work in the morning after he dropped off Jayden.
Alright. In terms of Jayden coming home in the evening, right? School dismisses at what, 3?
And
how far is his
Come on, I know the reason for I look at that. When I hear properly out, when I hear the feedback.
in dismiss from school, like what time he normally reach home?
He normally reach my auntie said normally reach up like after 4. He would reach up.
So when did it become alarming as a call for concern?
So when my cousin got to Jamaica to relieve my aunt from the hospital.
Okay, so I want to know if you listen yes with me now. This is one part I want to know listen right yes with me. Guys, touch upon the guys thank you for the art me as well. So she told us anything Kami say, it is facts of life, okay? And more may I not go down reasoning road a little bit and reason yourself for one little while. Because we don't know if my ears might hurt me or these people are trying to trick me.
Become alarming as a call for concern.
So when my cousin got to Jamaica to relieve my aunt from the hospital, because when she landed in Montego Bay, she landed after 2 in Montego Bay. From Montego Bay to Mandeville is like a 3 hours drive. She went straight to Mandeville so she could relieve my auntie so she could go home from the.
Alright, so the cousin, which is the hyena, she landed in Mobile after 3-hour drive to get to Mandeville. Yeah? You don't follow me? Because the hyena said anything coming, she said it is facts of life. So we at 2 and 3 hours, that's 5. So after 5. Yeah? It's after 5. You don't follow me? After 5. Right? Cool.
Hospital. That was Friday night. So she got to the hospital around after 7 p.m. When my aunt.
What time did the hyena get to the hospital? So the hyena is Spider-Man mother, for those who don't know. So what time did the hyena get to the hospital? I'm going to show you, say, all them do, them try to take with the idiot. Listen.
Went home, that she went straight to Mandeville so she could relieve my auntie so she could go home from the hospital. That was Friday night. So she got to the hospital around after 7 p.m. When my aunt went home.
Remember now, them say everything come and say, you right oh. So the hyena reach at the hospital after 7 p.m. They make sure put the PM on it. Listen to this. Listen to this.
So he never used to lock the phone. He didn't used to lock the phone. But when I come in now, we check the phone like, you understand? This one lock. Yes. Hold it up. Yeah. Ain't nobody in there. Yeah. So We drive was same time, we pick up back home and carry. We pick up in daddy, and then my brother. We say, head back and go. Baby, you don't get no driver man. Yes. And we head back out of man. Before we reach man, we meet up a new post station. We tell the police. We say, officer, the boy had me see me go him nephew in law. So, me go, that's about much more. No man, me just early about say 6:30, 7:15. You know this.
Okay, so you hear that? That is 6:30, 6:45. You know, they're gonna make the report. Right? That is 6:30. But that's what I'm trying to say. It's pure crap. So if you go to 6, you go to at the station 6:30, 6:45. She reached at the hospital after 7 p.m. Kamisha just said that. She told us when she get to the hospital, it was mommy, daddy, and them are at the hospital. So that's 35 minutes from Mandeville to get to Newport. And 7:30, 6:30, 6:45, we know where Mr. T was. So how did she manage to see the three of them when she get to the hospital? How is that possible? How is that possible? Any at all? How is it possible? How is it possible? If 6:30, 6:45, the old reptile Mr. T was at Newport station. 6:30, 6:45.
So one more, yes, sir. I'll pick you up from upstairs again. You see it in the car. And this is where he would come now and go down over here, so. That's right over there, so where he will go and get the food.
Oh, that's like another plaza round at the back here, so.
No, this is the drive-through round here, so. Yes, it's a plaza round here, so. But it's like, can I get the food?
The camera round here, so. I wonder if they could have asked the people them in there if them remember the look boy what they come by food the missing
Of course. Tiger, look up in the corner. Shanda, look up in the corner. You see it up in the corner?
Yeah.
Look up over my head. You see up in the wall? You see it? You see it up in the ceiling?
Yeah.
You see it?
If so nice come up and they say it work.
And him and him exit out. He won't be going here. Because that's what the vehicle them would have
drive, yeah.
So he when I go back up underneath, so he will come back now.
When somebody has picked him up from under this, so.
Sorry, I want to. He would have come back now here, so. Because them not going to exit in another way. And the vehicle.
But they carry my drive.
So they will come back here, so.
For the pedestrian.
Come back again. And come back up the stairs. Back up the stairs.
That's all the kids them explain it.
Because they're going to see them have like the vehicle will come in. And
him could have walked the other way because it have a side piece of road. But he walk because him not
that's
used
what
to
I'm
the place
saying,
like
the
that.
side piece.
Yeah, no, wait.
Surprise. With them
Let me finish. The reason why I'm come back this direction is
alright, let me finish your first. Let me finish your stuff first. Let me finish here. Listen to me, man. Surprise, I walk. And can you just give me a second, please? So if him come back up here, so Tiger, there goes the camera now. I will see my exit back here, so. See camera here, so. Alright? That is it. If him come back here, so. If him come back out to Surprise, say him I come from. Then I hear so, him would have come out.
So where's the KFC?
That I hear so. Now when me I come up from to the side piece so, where the people them a walk and hear so. So yes I would have come up. So if you do come up here, so Tiger, and turn this way, there goes the camera there. Oh, that's crazy. Right? If you come on from this corner now, if you go back out, look up at the top, Tiger, and the amount of cameras there. Look. 1, 2, just watch them. Side where you want them on the sidewalk, right? It wouldn't be out in the road. So the last one so in the corner, and then this is where it would have come down now, and anyway it would have exit which way would have turned now. If he would be going back down to the school way, then he would have crossed the road and go at the side of the road. So the camera was surprised show yesterday in the video. See it up there so up over the blue tarpaulin. I would have showed the whole entire roadway.
Oh, that's at the Jamaica Eye.
Yeah, see it up there so up over where you see the light post and something them over the blue tarpaulin. That's the one that surprise show.
Oh.
Right? So when we talk about the KFC, you know, this is where on the same side where you see me come out around the camera and see the KFC around here. So now.
Also, on film where I walk, but to Mega Mart, the KFC is right there.
Yes, see the KFC.
You have to see the road up, you go walk and go up to Mega Mart. Okay.
Good morning. Yes, so. If so be in the KFC, this will be the one we showed her in. If I this one she come in. But in here so now, if she do come in here so, you have so one camera here so look up Shonda. So one over my head, you see it? And look across over the cashier.
Cashier then, yeah.
Look over there. 1, 2, 3, 4 camera. So in a KFC, I say 5 camera when you come in and find this.
Some people are like, you know, I video the people then in their business. It's something like that.
Right.
Yeah, they can't expect to get privacy in a public place and
exactly.
That's not privacy in public place, but to have people coming and videoing their customers.
So they not know what I do. So if she in a here so now, Shonda, right? Maybe at the corner and look,
you must see it.
Yes,
have only for camera in there.
Right?
That is why she
look,
and she go in there and see them too.
No, but look at me now, Shonda. I'm at this corner that I can see out in the road. Look, I go back out in the road that we go back down straight on the other hand.
At the wall, yeah, show we.
To show the wall.
Yeah, see it there now.
Wait, yeah, see it now. Alright, so it show go back down. Just out on the road based on which part in a she did there. Because if she buy her food and a way she could be standing anywhere where she can see out in the road. Same way. You understand me I say? So that's why you see the vehicle move and go down. She could have clearly, because she know him, so she could have clearly pick him out from there. So, or they could have buck up. Maybe she could have parked on the parking lot only so kind of partner around here. So,
yeah, I think she would on the inside of the KFC and see him apart.
The parking lot for this KFC is not big enough. Right? It's small on the outside. So you could then just go down in the same park down there so and pay for the park and walk, come back up. Where me assure the people on my walk on the side, we just come out in here so. So at any time, she could even see Jayden going down the stairs to go and buy the food.
Yes, exactly.
Because a parking lot is around there that you pay. Then when you come now, when you can park your vehicle, when you're left out, if you're not shopping down there so, where they can stamp your ticket, then you pay for it after that, but you have a good comfortable park. Come to KFC and then go back to your vehicle and then go. So she could buck up in the way between Little Caesar coming down the step of Little Caesar and the food place or either coming out.
Because it is in close proximity.
When I need to assume down the road because Little Caesar camera saw him come back out. We don't mix up on yourself. The camera see him come back out. The family see him go back out on the main road with the food in our hand. So no get.
Wait, listen up, but who did tell us that the camera never see him?
Camera show you
did not say that a while ago. Suppose she see him and tell him to go on Perth Road. Come on, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's talking about the camera.
Them could have seen this.
Exit.